Today on Tennessee Mountain Homestead, Jason and the boys are back to work on the Blackout Edition Sears. It's time to make this summer day hotter as we fire up the torches, straighten out some of them curves. We're gonna put a little spring in our step to give Blackout the ultimate seat. Pull up a chair and get comfy with a front row seat to the show. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Today, we're finally getting back to work on Blackout. Today's mission, get a permanent seat solution because the last one just didn't work out. I picked up this universal tractor seat, which is only 14 inches wide, and that way I can mount it down as low as possible. We've already done some measuring off camera and realized the John Deere shift selector will interfere with the seat mounts. So what I'm gonna do is replace it with the one that was stock on the Sears. I've been messing around with this thing for a few minutes regarding the shifter handles. Now this is the one that came off the transmission, and remember guys, this transmission came out of a John Deere 200 series, and I have it clocked inside the frame more forward than it was had it been bolted up in a stock location. This one ain't gonna work because it has an offset that goes over to the left. This is the one that came out of the stock Sears 2300. It's a straight deal with one little kick at the base of it. Because of the way the transmission's clocked, that kick dives right into the frame. Now, I'm not opposed to bending these things or altering them. However, this one's pretty short and my seat's gonna be basically on top of where the shift selector goes. This one here came off of a 2300 that I just picked up yesterday from a guy I know on Facebook. His name's Zach Reese. Anyway, he sold me this transmission. I don't know what it came out of, but it's different than a 200 series.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Hey guys, turns out this 2300 I picked up yesterday has a rare factory limited slip differential. The nameplate stamp is code 2317. In 1969, 4,000 of these were produced for the John Deere 112. If this thing's clean inside, it may be going straight into the Blackout build. Stay tuned for updates, and thanks again to Zach Reese. It's got a big offset in it, but the offset just goes straight down and then out. Plus, it's a lot longer than the Sears. What I'm gonna do is take some bend out of here, because when it's in there, if I take some bend out of this first bend and take some bend out of the next one, it should still have a good offset to it. It won't go too far over to the left, and it might just be the one I need. I think I got this where I want it. Check this out. So we're all the way down to neutral. That's fourth. That's third. That's reverse. That's the big one we were worried about before. So before, this thing kicked over even more, where now it's more straight, but I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. I want this to be more parallel with the frame, so I'm just gonna heat it back up in this spot and bend it down just a touch, and I think we can move on after that. I got the shifter all squared away. The next thing I need to focus on is mounting the seat. What I'm gonna do is go with a hinged front, and I'm gonna have springs from Ethan's tractor on the back. I've got my seat supports made up. Those holes right here are for the hinge, and these holes on top are for the seat brackets to go on. So the next thing I'm working on are the hinges that are going to weld to the frame of the tractor. And I'm going to call this a tombstone because of the way it will be shaped. But that will have a 3/8 hole drilled through it, and it'll hinge on it just like that. I'll make up 2 of these. I'll cut the next piece and clamp them together, take them over to the sander and make them the same. Steffen and I have been messing with this for a little while now, and I think we came up with the final solution and position of the seat. So if you come in here, it's just sitting here right now, but you can see those little tombstones sitting on the frame. And if you come around the back here, we've got Private Pile's seat springs sitting on the frame. What I'm gonna do before I commit to anything is take a piece of welded 3/16 plate. I'm gonna tack it across these 2 seat support brackets and then sit it back on there so we can actually sit on it and see what's going on. If the seat's level, it's way up here like this. And I don't know if that's gonna work out. It might go that route, but for right now, we're gonna try it down so it's just sitting flat on them springs. And if it doesn't, we'll let you know in a minute.
I was on a mission, I was on
boys and I agree the seat is in the perfect spot. We even have adjustability forward and back with the slider. The only thing left to do is completely weld it out. And also, with just those springs under the back, they're not in there right now, but with just the springs, it kind of leans back a little bit too far for my liking. I want to be able to sit by a campfire or something, you know, or around something, you know, sit on it at night, chilling, and lean back and not have to feel like I need to hold onto the steering wheel. So we stuck some of this 3/8 bar under the springs, and that brought it up to the perfect height in my opinion. What I'm gonna do is cut a couple of pieces out with a hole saw that's as thick as the spring. We'll drill out the center, and that is going to also allow me to bolt the springs because they're meant to bolt down. I'll be able to bolt the spring through the hole in the center. I'll drill and tap this stuff to 3/8, and that should be the perfect way to go with this. So we're gonna do that, and we'll see you in a minute. While that thing's cooling off, I'm gonna come in here and weld the seat up. I'm gonna put this piece of threaded rod like this across the front and put nuts on both sides and tighten it down. That way when I weld the plate in here, the front side doesn't close up. right, guys, the seat's all finished for now. I might add a couple more supports, cross braces underneath that angle channel, but come check it out. Got my hinges in the front. We put nylon lock nuts on there and made them snug, so it's nice and tight. We got our springs mounted to those pieces of bar stock we cut out with the hole saw, tapped and threaded down in there, nice and solid. It's got plenty of cushion and it's got a good angle. So, as you might notice, there's no engine in Blackout. That's because it resides right here for now. Stay tuned because I've got a lot of goodies going in that motor and you don't want to miss it. Anyways, guys, it's dark outside. We're gonna call it a night. Tomorrow, we have more work in store for this. I'm going to try and address the front brakes. We have the ATV lever that works with those Yamaha breeze hubs, and we have some good ideas about where to mount it. We also have the rear brake to address. Hopefully, everything, we can get all three of them running. So, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm Jason.
I'm Steffen.
You're watching Tennessee Mountain Homestead, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take it to